The happy mum back with them as well, but never forgetting.
It's clear that Sam's loss is still very raw, and she has this fear of moving on because that'll mean that Philip's forgotten. But remembering those who are no longer with us is very much a part of the healing process. So I'd like Sam's memories of Philip to be a part of the garden. And I've an idea of how I can do just that. But first, back in the garden in Durham, there's an awful lot of work still to be done. David and the boys are racing to finish the cedar deck around the new hot tub.
We're having to cut it so it fits snug all the way around, and that's taking a considerable amount of time. Now, the spacing in between each slat, we're using just a small nail there, which is enough that if people getting in and out of the hot tub, the water runs straight through. But it fits in with the theme, cedar here and on the deck, plus the building too.
Poor Frances looks as though she's spending the whole day trying to get her dragonfly mosaic right. So David's helping her out with the social area next to the garden building. The boys have put in a patio. Now it needs an outdoor dining table, and David and landscaper Matt are keen to try something new.
Now, I started with this huge metal table because it's got to take the weight of what I've got in mind, and something that's becoming more and more popular nowadays is polished concrete.
A concrete tabletop of this size will have quite a bit of weight, so David needs to add some anchor points to stop the slab from sliding off. He's adding emerald-coloured glass to the concrete to give it some character.
Now, all the concrete is on top of the table, and I've already put 3 bags of this emerald glass into the mix. Now, just to really get a good coverage on the surface, I'm just sprinkling in just 1 more bag.
I've returned, and I'm delighted to see that thanks to slower drying cement and continued sunshine, Frances's tribute to Philip is almost done. It just needs a final touch from me.
Now, there's something here that I can do which you two girls won't be able to do nearly as well.
Which is what? Oh, well, it's true, you are heftier.
Yeah. Come on board.
One thing I always say about Alan, he's got a bit of a tamper on him.
While we jig, David is on to phase 2 of his table.
Alan wanted this garden to have a lot of detail and texture, so we've got the metal and the concrete, and the detail comes when I use this disc polisher here with its diamond blade to run over the surface and really bring out the definition of the tabletop. Now that's the top finished, so I'm going to take off the framework and do the sides.
All that's left to do now is for David to brush on a sealant and leave the table to dry. This garden is all about details, and inspired by my trip to Sunderland, I've thought of something that'll remind Sam of the time she spent with Philip on Roker Beach. I've commissioned a scaled-down version of Andrew Small's beautiful sculpture.
Here, where are you going? I can't carry this on my own.
Not only will it provide another window onto the nature reserve...
Whoa, down a bit.
...once I've trimmed back the hedge, but I've also added a little something for Sam.
I love you.